think a regular penny can't be worth thousands of dollars? But what if you have such a rare coin in your collection? Do you know what minting errors make Lincoln Penny expensive? Find out the 10 most valuable coins and why they are worth so much. Let's start with the 1931S Lincoln Penny, one of the rarest and most expensive coins in the series. Why is it so valuable? The main reason is the extremely low mintage. In 1931, the S-coins minted in San Francisco were minted in very small quantities due to the economic crisis, and most of them were withdrawn and melted down. Additionally, this example is in mint state 66+, in near-perfect condition, with crisp, deep impressions and a bright, golden copper luster. This level of preservation is very rare for a rare coin. At auction, this coin went for $120,600, a huge amount for a single penny. If you have a 1931 Lincoln Penny with an S and in excellent condition, you may have a real collector's gem. Are you ready for the next Lincoln Penny legend? This coin is even rarer and more expensive. Its price will impress even the most experienced collectors. Meet the 191 Lincoln cent. Although the 1909 SVDB is considered the key coin of the Lincoln Penny series, the 191 is far superior in rarity and condition, especially in the high red MS65 red grades. Only about 1.1 million of these coins were minted at the Denver Mint in 1914, a very small mintage. Most of them did not survive in good condition, as collectors of the time rarely saved high-quality coins. As a result, 191 in MS65 red condition is several times rarer than 1909 SVDB, and in even better condition, it is almost never found. Most of the high-quality examples known today come from a hoard of about 700 coins that existed until the 1950s. In the 1970s, 2 more rolls of undamaged coins were found in Hawaii or the Philippines. This rare gem sold for $132,500, a real find for a collector. If you have a Lincoln Penny 191 in excellent condition, it can be a real treasure. Ready for the next Lincoln Penny sensation? Here is the only coin in the series without a mint mark. This is the 1920 Lincoln cent, a rare error that collectors will pay a fortune for. In 1922, all Lincoln Pennies were minted exclusively at the Denver Mint. But due to die wear, some of the coins were minted without the familiar D, and it was this error that made them incredibly rare and desirable. Such coins are extremely rare, especially in good condition. Heritage auctions featured a specimen in MS65 condition, with a luster reminiscent of liquid silver, typical of heavily worn dies. The obverse of this coin is weak. Lincoln's portrait is not clear enough, and the L in the word Liberty is stretched out to the edge. But the reverse is a sharp contrast. It is clear, with a beautiful swirl shine that only originals have. This particular coin was sold for $140,000. If you have a 1920 Lincoln Penny without the letter D, check it out carefully. You may be holding a rare mistake that collectors are willing to fight for at auction. The higher we go on the list, the more expensive the coins become. And in third place is a truly shocking masterpiece, a coin that every collector dreams of finding. 1969's Lincoln cent with a double strike on the obverse. At first glance, it's an ordinary kopeck, but upon closer inspection, you'll see clear doubling of the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date itself. All of this is visible without a magnifying glass. Rich red shine and a mirror surface. And most importantly, this is one of the rarest minting errors, when doubling occurred before the mint mark was applied. Important, a genuine specimen will never have a double S. This is the key feature by which experts distinguish a fake from an original. Price: at one of the auctions, a coin in MS63 red condition went for $186,400. Yes, almost $200,000 for a penny. Do you still think that there is nothing valuable in your piggy bank? Check again. Are you ready for the next step up? With each new coin, the price keeps going up, and now we have a truly legendary find. The 1955 Lincoln cent Doubled Die Obverse is not just a rarity, it's an icon among error coins. Due to an error in the die production stage, the inscriptions and date on the obverse of this coin appear clearly doubled. This defect has made it one of the most famous and desirable varieties in the Lincoln cent series. Collectors around the world are hunting for this masterpiece, especially in excellent condition. One of the examples in the MS65 red grade sold for an impressive $194,000. If you happen to have a 1955 cent lying around, take a closer look. Maybe you are holding a small fortune in your hands. And here we are, the fourth coin, and this is a real coin masterpiece that has amazed the entire numismatic world. Here is a 1917 Lincoln penny with a double strike on the obverse Doubled Die Obverse. At first glance, it is an ordinary old coin, but not for professionals. If you look closely, you can notice the unusual doubling of the inscription "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and even the date 1917 itself. This error occurred during production when the die accidentally struck the blank twice, and instead of a defective coin, a numismatic diamond was produced. One of these cents was sold at auction for an incredible $205,000. Yes, just one penny and hundreds of thousands of dollars. This coin has become a dream object for collectors from all over the world. Why is it so expensive? Because there are only a few such coins. Most of these errors were destroyed at the mints, but some accidentally found their way into circulation. So maybe you are the one keeping such a coin at home without even knowing it. Check all your old pennies carefully, especially those from 1917. What if yours is the next one to sell for hundreds of thousands? The rarer the coin, the more valuable it is. And this coin is so rare that even those who do not collect coins have been dreaming about it for over 100 years. In 1909, in honor of the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, President Theodore Roosevelt decided to change the appearance of American coins. Sculptor Victor David Brenner suggested using a portrait of Lincoln, which he himself created. This is how the famous Lincoln penny appeared. But here's the intrigue. Part of the print run was minted at the San Francisco Mint and was signed VDB, the artist's initials. The coin with this combination, 1909 SVDB, was immediately withdrawn and it became a real legend. The higher up the list, the more valuable and unique the coin is. And here we rise to a real masterpiece of numismatics, the 1958 Lincoln cent with a double strike on the obverse Doubled Die Obverse. This is not just a mistake. This is one of the most significant and rare varieties of all Lincoln cents. Note the wide and distinct split in the letters in the word liberty and in the motto "In God We Trust." Even the date numerals, especially the 8, are clearly split, a rarity that sets this coin apart from thousands of others. This example in mint state 60 for red sold for $236,000, a sum that confirms its exclusivity. If you think you know everything about rare coins, this one might surprise you. Check your pennies, maybe you have a real numismatic masterpiece. The higher we go, the more incredible the stories and amounts. Here is a unique 19 for S steel cent, one of the most unusual and rare errors in the history of American coins. During World War II, steel was used instead of copper in 1943-40 for due to its shortage. However, this 1944 coin with the San Francisco designation was minted on steel blanks that remained from the previous year. Such an error is extremely rare and is considered a real numismatic miracle. The mint state 66 exhibits stunning luster and condition, with no scratches or blemishes. Both sides of the coin display a light golden patina, and the large, clear S mint mark highlights its authenticity. This rarity was sold at auction for a whopping $348,000, a price that reflects its historical and collectible value. If you have coins from the war, be sure to check them carefully. You may be the one who owns a real numismatic treasure. And finally, a coin that blows up all records. This is the incredibly rare 19 for 3D bronze cent, a mistake that occurred during World War II and has become a real legend of numismatics. In 1943, the US Mint decided to replace copper with steel due to its acute shortage. All cents of that year were supposed to be made of galvanized steel, but sometimes miracles happen. Some of the coins were struck on 1940 to bronze blanks, and one of them, this unique 19 for 3D, has survived to this day. There are only a few of these coins in the world, making them incredibly rare and desirable. This example in MS-60 for brown condition sold for a whopping $840,000. Imagine, one copper coin is worth almost $1 million. If you have a 1943 penny with the letter D, be sure to check it out. Maybe this isn't a real treasure. This was the most expensive and rare coin in our selection. If you want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, subscribe to the channel and don't miss new videos. Your treasure may be closer than you think.